So let me chat and love it. And she'll be on. She'll come on. She's supposed to be online now. Hmm? On live now, both. Both and this Okay, it's 7 o'clock already, and we are about to start the class. We have okay, people are joining already. Please drop your comments when you come into the in the session. Let's know who we are interacting with. Hello, Nkechi. Hello, Adenike. I think we're supposed to give a gift for those that came early, those that got here early. I think Adenike is the first person that joined the session. So maybe we're going to give Adenike a gift. Hello, good evening, Ifeoluwa. Um, Pauline, can you that light? Just find a way to put it here for me, so I can have. Okay, no, here. I can have a balanced light. Yeah. Good evening, Kelvin. Good evening, Mercy. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Nice to have you guys here. So before we start, I'm going to employ everybody to. I have questions that you might want to ask even before the class ends. I would like you guys to have questions. I'd like you guys to ask questions that might be on your mind about the main subject of the day, which is photography. Um, so if you have any question, just type it in the chat and we would go back to it later on. Not this one, the other one, that same one. Just find a way to put it. Maybe use one of the use, use that chair. Yeah. So okay, let's get the participant up to 30 and we will start. I'm going to open the WhatsApp group for some minutes. So let's have up to 30 people, then we're going to kickstart. Others can join us. Good evening, Olash Kolawale here. Good evening. Nice to have you here. Um, okay, so let's do a quick warm up before we start. For all of us that are already on the group on this session, why why did you decide to attend this free training, this free workshop? Let's have your answers. And you decide to attend this training. Your answers will help me to tailor some of the things I'm going to be saying to suit to fit your own personal needs. So why did you decide to join this training? So let's see your answers in the comment section. The first person to send you a gift. I'm going to send you a gift. One of my training on phone photography. I have a whole training on phone photography, and it's just lying there. So the first person to tell me um, the reason why you decided to join this training, I'm going to give that person that package for free, free of charge. Okay, we have Inkechi. I want to know more about photography, how to take good pictures and edit. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So Nkechi has gotten a free ebook from AWP. So Nkechi, please reach out to us later so that I will not forget. So Nkechi, uh, Konyisola, I joined to learn photography. Great. Yeah, that's why everybody's here. But we want to have a more. We want you to give us a more detailed reason. Everybody's here to learn photography, yes, but why? Why do you want to learn photography? What is your main drive to learning photography? We have Adenike. I joined basically to know how to use my phone to snap and package my products well. Great. Package my products well. I like that. Photography is good for it helps entrepreneurs to package their products well. I hope you guys can hear me clearly. We have Benaya. Benaya, I want Sabi Snap well because I want to use it for my business. Correct guy. I want Sabi Snap well because I want it for my business. Good. Photography is good for businesses. It helps you to project your business in a more professional way. Yes, we have Mercy Adegoke. Good evening, sir. My reason for joining this class is to create better content for my brand. Yes, better content for your brand. That's good. I'm a mobile photographer, aspiring to be a blown photographer or more. Jeremiah, yeah, I'm not here to play. That's good. Yes, and Omotolani, to learn a better understanding and knowledge of how to achieve different outcomes with the resources I have. Great. This is good. This is great. So, okay, we are just till 16. I think we're going to start anyways. So don't waste time. Once it is 10, 19, 10, that's 10 minutes after 7. We're going to kickstart. So, we have Shosonya Jonathan because it's a very lucrative skill that can serve as a side hustle anywhere, anytime, both here in Nigeria and abroad, and also for personal use, like as in the business wise. Shosonya wants to use the skill to jackpot and start making some dollars. That's good. I'm a baker, and my reason for joining is to be able to take good professional pictures and videos of my work so as to create eye-catching content. That's great. That's great. So if Aminat is going to be joining us for the physical class tomorrow, you should bring some of your products, some of your snacks or confectionery so we can use them for practical sessions. And we have Gideon. I decided to learn photography because I love to capture good moments. That's nice. Capturing moments, it's all is what photography is about. Capturing moments that we cannot relive again. That is what photography is about. Yes, so we have 2 minutes more for this part of the session. All right. So everybody has good reasons to join photography. Some of us want to use it to improve our businesses. Some of us use it to improve the quality of our brand. Some of us want to use it to take good product pictures. Some of us want to use it to earn a living, learn the skill, use it to make some money. Some of us want to use it to okay, we have Blessing Friday. I'm a fashion designer and I intend to learn so I can take professional pictures of my clients with their outfits. This is very, very good. Fashion designers need photography. It's not every time that you have the luxury of calling a professional photographer to snap your product, your outfits, your designs. Sometimes you need to take a quick shot and you want to take it properly. Photography skill will help you to take that, whether you're using your phone or you're using a professional camera. So that's a good one. We have Emmanuel Pereira. I'm a mass communication student, so learning photography will be a plus for me on the field. This is great. Mass communication student. So photography is going to help you to the skill of photography help you to take good pictures when you're doing things related to journalism, photojournalism. If you need to do interviews, make videos. Photography and videography are related. Photography is the basics for videography. So the videos you see out there today, what the camera does is they put together lots of pictures and it becomes a video. So it's a plus for you. So I'm so glad that we are really pumped up in this session. I like the reactions. I like the comments. This is good. It means everybody here are serious-minded people and people that really wants to learn. Thank you so much. And it's time to start. It's 10 minutes after 7 already, and we are going to kickstart the training. So let me share my screen. Right. Okay. Beginning. Welcome to AWP Photography Jumpstart Workshop, and I'm going to be introducing myself so we can get started. My name is Ayola Williams Ogushakin, and I am the founder of AWP Media. AWP Media is a photography company that caters to producing quality images and videos for entrepreneurs, for people that want to do weddings and the likes. So, and this photography jumpstart workshop is a result of how I started photography. When I started photography, I didn't have the access to a lot of resources for me to learn because it was as if I didn't even know what I was doing when I started. It was like child's play at that point. I was able to find my way because I was determined. I really wanted to do photography. I was determined, and it allowed me to be able to tap into certain information resources that people did not believe that you can use to learn photography at that point. The kind of equipment I was able to use when I started, like, is not something popular that is available to everybody. Things that, like, when someone sees me, what are you using? What is this? And I'm like, I improvised to get this, and that was how I started my photography. So I want to help a lot of people to be able to start photography because photography is part of life. So I want to help a lot of people to start photography on a budget. That is my main goal. That is the goal of this workshop. For you to be able to start photography without that fear of camera is expensive, equipment are expensive. If you don't have 1 million naira, you cannot start photography. That is the main goal. That's my goal for this workshop. And this is not going to be the only workshop. We're going to be having more. It's going to be like the pilot workshop. We're going to be having different types of workshop as time goes on. And trust me, we love to give freebies in AWP. Though we are still going to have some paid classes, but we're also going to be having series of free workshops like this. And another thing about myself is, okay, I'm a graduate. I'm a graduate of University of Ibadan. I studied guidance and counseling in education, and I'm what am I again? I'm a husband. Yes, I'm a husband to a very beautiful wife. Yes, I like to brag about my wife because she is my number one uh, business partner. Yes. So, and I have, should I say this? Yeah, it's important. I've shot, if I want to count accolades to what I do, I've shot over 70 couples. Yes, I when I started photography, I started as a wedding photographer. That was the main thing I was doing. Wedding photography was what I used to start photography. And over the years, I've shot over 70 couples, and a lot of portraits. I cannot count that one again. Different portraits and different kind um, of experiences in photography. So that's my introduction. I don't want to focus too much on myself for this workshop. The main focus of this workshop is you guys, and let's dive into it. So we are going to be using the course outline that you saw in the flyer. The course outline you saw in the flyer, that's what we're going to be using. So can someone tell me the first thing, apart from introduction, the first thing on the course outline for day one? Let someone tell us what we have there. Let's see in the comment section. Let someone tell us what we have there. We are going to be sharing so many things for free in this class. So anybody that reacts to my questions first, that's very active, we are going to be giving them different things for free. Yes, we're not going to be sharing money or sharing food or anything, but we are going to be sharing some free knowledge that is not part of this class that will still also help you in your photography journey. So let's be very active. Let's be very active. Um, so the question I asked is, what is the first thing on the course outline? I want us to be very interactive as possible. So I don't want to just do the old talking. Let's have let's have everyone involved. Yes, introduction to photography. Yes. So what is photography? This is Jonathan Fariloye. Yes, Jonathan Fariloye. So we have Inkechi. Please, someone should take that down. Inkechi and Jonathan Fariloye. They are going to be getting some freebies from AWP. Yes. Introduction to photography. The first thing I did was introduction of myself. So, photography. What is photography? What is photography? Let's have in the comments. What do you think photography is? In very brief, in a very brief sentence. What is photography to you? What do you think photography is? What's photography? Everybody, photography is a part of everybody's life. Photography is a part of everyone's life right now. If you have a phone, photography is part of your life. If you take pictures, photography is part of your life. If you are taking your product, snapping your product, you take portraits of yourself, you're taking professional headshots, photography is part of your life. So, what is photography to you? Everybody should have something to say about photography. So what's photography to you? Can you guys hear me clearly? Okay, we have Jonathan. Jonathan again. Good. Photography is capturing a moment in a way that can bring back memories. Perfect. Photography is I like this definition you gave. It's capturing a moment in a way that can bring back memories. What is a moment? A moment is everything that we see in life. Everything that your eyes can see is a moment. Whether it is a person, whether it's a product, whether it's the sunset, whether it is nature, whether it is an object, it is a moment. So capturing that moment and being able to bring back that moment as a memory is what photography is about. This is a simple and very direct definition of photography. Let's have something else. Good. Jeremiah, thank you very much. Fariloye. Jeremiah, photography is a way of life for me. Photography is a way of life. It's a way I express my thoughts and emotions. Photography is a way of life, and it's a way I express my thoughts and emotions. This is very deep. I think, Jeremiah, you're an artistic person. That's why you're able to give this definition. So photography can help you to express yourself. You can use the camera to, communicate how you are feeling. Yes, photography is art. You can use the camera to create art, and people can interpret what you have produced, and they can, they can relate it to your person. That's good. Photography is capturing beautiful moments. Yes, beautiful things. You see a beautiful flower as you're walking by the road or by the street, and you take a picture of it. That's photography. You see someone beautiful. You see a beautiful woman, a very beautiful boy or baby. You want to capture it. That's photography. Photography is a way of capturing essence. Yes, the essence of life. Good. How are we able to see certain things in certain places that we've not been to? You want to know how New York looks like. You want to know how Florida looks like. You want to know how the Grand Canyon in the United States, how it looks like. Photography is the only way to go. You want to know how the Atlantic Ocean is. People are taking pictures of those parts of life in which we cannot go and experience for ourselves, and we experience it through photography. Yes, photography is an art that serves as future reference. As future reference, yes, photography helps us to, keep what we have now, and in the future, you can tell someone that this is how I look like when I was 20 years old. Photography requires the use of light. Yes, that's good. We're going to get to that. Light and photography goes hand in hand. We're going to get to that soon. Photography has been a long time dream, but I think it involves a large sum of capital to venture into it as a career. Am I right on this? Yes. Abiodun, hold this question. We're going to go back to it. You're going to ask this question again when we get to that point. So thank you everybody for defining photography. There is no one definition for photography. I remember when we were doing economics in secondary school, and there is no one definition for economics. Different philosophers, different economics, different social scientists, they had definitions for economics because they see it from different angles of life. That is how photography is. Photography has different meanings to different people, and that is why there is no one definition for photography. But in the basic principle of taking pictures of photography, we can define photography as a process of capturing moments using light and a device called the camera. That is simple and straightforward. Everything we do in photography is capturing a moment, saving a moment. But it is impossible to achieve without light. Light must be present, and the camera must be present. Those two things go hand in hand. You can never call photography without light and the camera. So that is a straightforward photography definition to photography. So I hope that solves it. Yes. So now photography. Some people say photography is art. Some people say photography is science. And not to be biased here, I'm not an art student. I'm not a science student. I was a commercial student in school, so I'm going to say photography is also in a commercial department. Yes. So photography is art, is science, and it's commerce. Yeah. So how is photography art? Can anybody give us a little insight to what you think about photography being art? Somebody gave us a definition of photography relating to art. So someone said it captures the essence of life. Someone says it helps to photography is you use photography. So how do you see photography as art in those aspects? How do you see photography as an art in those aspects? Let's have it in the comments. Let's have it in the comments. Photography can either be can is art, science, and my own additional one is it's also commerce. So if you are in school, if you're in secondary school, if you're an art student, you can do photography. If you're a science student, you can do photography. If you're a commercial student, you're not left out. Benaya says photography is art because it deals with nature. Photography is art because it deals with nature. Yes, I like this. I like this angle. It deals with nature. So when you capture nature, it's art. Nature is art. Photography doesn't follow a defined procedure. It's a creative skill. Good. Art is a creative process. So photography follows that, does not have a defined procedure. There is no one way to say, okay, this is how you must do photography. This is how you must take the picture. If you don't take it like this, it will not be a picture. No, there are different perspectives to photography. Photography is life. Photography is life, and it's because photography employs the basic principles of life. You cannot see life as a straight line. Life comes in different angles, from different perspectives, from different orientation. So photography is also like that. The act of capturing a moment, picture, scene, or anything is art itself. Thank you. When an artist looks at a view, he sees a view and he registers that view in his head or in his mind and goes home, sits down in front of his canvas and paints. That's art. Photography also employs that same process. You see something, you bring out your camera, whether it's your phone or any camera you have, and you compose that scene and take a picture. And that's it. Now, the fact that we are using moments, using nature, does not mean it does not relate to other aspects like fashion, like products, like services. Everything is everything we are saying here relates to all of that. So when you hear me say moment, when you hear me say capture or anything like that, I'm referring to everything because it all applies. Because it's a product does not mean it is not a moment. So it is everything we do in photography involves these things that I'm mentioning. Okay, we have more. Thank you so much. I like the energy in this group. I like the energy in this session. We have because a photograph, this is pearls and plum. Because a photograph can tell a story, it can make you feel emotions or convey a message. Because a photograph can tell a story, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Have you ever seen a picture and you look at that picture, the picture is so deep and it evokes some emotions and you might even shed a tear. It's something that, that you can relate with. It can make you shed a tear. Yes. It is an art in terms of creativity. Very good. Thank you so much. You guys have defined photography as an art perfectly. Perfectly. Now let's go to science. Photography is science. How is photography science? Building a camera involves innovation. Building a camera involves calculations. It involves mathematical equations. It involves plus and minus. That's mathematics. Mathematics is science. So the art of even building the camera alone is a science. The act of combining elements and everything is science. The act of calculating the figures that you have in the camera for it to take a perfect picture is science. What your phone does when you on the camera and you see that it just balances the lights, everything is looking sweet, and is mathematics, is science. The mechanisms inside the phone that makes the camera work is all a product of science. Simple and straight. Without science, you can't have the camera. And the last one, photography is commerce. I don't want to say photography is commercial, but what it means is this: photography is business. What do we do in commerce? What do they do in commercial departments? I don't know if you have commercial department people here, people that when we were in secondary school, or if you're in secondary school in commercial department. What do we do in commercial department? What we do is how to sell markets, how to make money, how to do business, how to increase the money, how to calculate profit and loss. Photography is all of that. If you know the art of photography, you understand the science, and you don't understand the commercial part of it, my brother, you are just having a hobby. It is a hobby if you don't understand the commercial part of it. One thing that I know about photography is that photography can feed a family. It can take care of your needs. It can put food on the table. It can help you buy your car. It can help you build your house. It can help you do a lot of things. But that is if you understand the commercial part of it. So that's why the three is, you can't remove one for the other. It is art, it is commerce, it is science. So photography it covers all aspects of life. Thank you everybody for your comments. I really appreciate the energy we are bringing in here. It's good. Yes, I can see many mathematicians here, science students, there are many here. This is good. It involves light, color theory, understanding how can interpret visual informations. Blessing says the science causes its lenses, physical operation of the camera, electronic camera. Oh, now, wow, I have some colleagues here. Blessing Friday, are you sure you are not already practicing photography before this class? Because this your definition is giving me chills. Good. This is nice. Yeah, so that is I don't want to dive so much into introduction of photography. I don't want to if because we can if we continue and start breaking everything down, we're not going to leave here on introduction. So we also have the history of photography, but I'm not going to discuss the history of photography. I'm not going to give you a brief summary. The history of photography is quite um, um, detailed. So, but in summary, the idea of photography started with the Polaroid camera. The what do you call it? Science student that skip my brain just now. Um, if you're in science class, there is this, yes, the pinhole camera. If you're a science student, there was a point in your time between SS1 and SS3 when you were asked to make this box. You have a glass up and you have another glass under it, and you can use it. You can look at the box from like down like this, and you'll be seeing what's happening in front. So that's the idea that started photography. So when this idea was birthed, the artist would build this big box, a very big box. He will have to enter inside the box from underneath the camera, sorry, underneath the compartment, and there is a hole where light will come into that box. That hole will be focused on a particular location where the artist wants to photograph. So the artist will stay there with some, you're going to use some kind of materials where the artist will place the light will reflect on the material, reflecting whatever the box is seeing. Then after a long period of time, when the material has captured that object that the box is in front of it, then the artist will draw it out. So they were artists that did painting, drawing, and all those things. But now, instead of the artist painting all from his brain, that box would capture the image with the use of light into that box. It's like a dark room. So the materials in the box would reflect whatever is outside, and the artist will now draw it out. That is where it started from. From there, they started making improvements with that pinhole camera. From there, we had the camera obscura. That camera obscura is a smaller version of that big box. They started improving the technology. Different types of materials were being tested, and they started getting more enhanced copies of photographs. Some of us that were born in the 90s, in the 80s, I'm sure you know film. When you take a picture, there's a film that will be developed in the lab, in the dark room. So it didn't just start from there. There were other things that were being used. There were some light sensitive materials that were combined to make these things, and like that, like that, like that. They got into the film era where you take a picture, you buy the film, put it in the camera, and you roll it, and you snap. That time you cannot be snapping anyhow. If it is film we are using now, many people will not have pictures because you have to make sure that 36 pictures that your film can snap, you will not waste it. So from the film, we now started using memory cards, and we have the DSLR cameras, we have the mirrorless cameras, we have the cinema cameras, and like that, like that, like that. We have the phone cameras, and these days the phone cameras are competing with the professional cameras, to create very lovely images, lovely videos, and the camera is no longer something that is far-fetched. It's something that everybody has access to. So that's I'm going to stop there on that. You can Google the history of photography on your own. Yeah, it's very deep. You learn a lot just by learning the history of photography. It helps you understand the idea behind how the camera works. So a quick question: do you think that the phone cameras can take the place of a professional camera? Do you believe that the phone cameras can take the place of the professional cameras? While we move to the next one. All right. We have Coinsola says no. I don't think the phone can replace the professional camera. Okay. In some cases, maybe. Okay. Let's have more comment. This debate is something that many content creators will argue. You know. So I want to know, what do you think? Can the phone take the place of the professional camera? Oh, someone said I wish so. Wow, interesting, interesting, nice. Okay, this is getting more interesting. Yeah, Gideon says I think with time. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I think with time. Not really. I think professional cameras remain professional. Okay, it's good. Let's keep going. Let's have more comments. Let's have more comments on this. I think with time. Great. I think with time. All right. So, okay, just have it at the back of your mind. What we call a professional camera only becomes professional in the hands of the user. The camera is the camera. In the hands of whoever is using the camera, that is when it becomes a professional camera. Though, when you are in the market and you want to buy camera, when you say I want to buy camera, they will say which type? Professional camera. They'll show you the professional camera. But for the sake of this class, I want you to understand that the camera is the camera. No doubt about that. It is in the hands of the user that it becomes professional. Do you guys agree with that? You guys agree with what I just said? Okay, the conversation is getting hot. Let's go. Okay, so in 5 years from now, it's possible. Good. Okay. The level at which technology is advancing so fast. Okay, good. Oh, someone says yes. Okay. Someone says I doubt it. Okay. Okay, good. All right. Thank you so much for your response. So, but do you agree with what I said about the professional camera thing? The camera is professional. The camera is professional in the hands of the user. That's the truth. Now, let me give you an example. We watch movies, right? Now, many of us know this producer. Let's use a popular Hollywood director, Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder is the one that produced these epic movies, Dune, some Marvel, DC, some DC movies, and the likes. Now, someone like Zack Snyder, what kind of camera do you think he will use to produce those movies that we see out there? Do you think it's the camera on the phone or the professional cameras in quotes? Okay, let's not waste time. Let me just keep you hanging with that. If you believe the people that produce Marvel, these Marvel movies, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the movies you see, Avengers, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Dune, Star Trek, Star Wars, all those movies. What do you think? Let me just keep you on that. Just think about it. Now we are going to the mind shift session. The mind shift session. Okay. So we are going to the mind shift session now. Now, why do we have the mind shift session? Why do we have the mind shift session? The reason is this. Photography has come a long way, especially in Nigeria, and we have a lot of misconceptions about photography. Many people have a lot of misconceptions about photography, and it has affected how people see photography in Nigeria today. And that is why it is difficult for someone that cannot really access expensive education in photography to grow fast in the photography industry, or as a photographer, or as a content creator. Now, the first thing I'd like to talk about in this mind shift session is your creative mindset. Your creative mindset. Now, when I started photography, I didn't just start shooting people. I didn't just start shooting events. Though I can say it started as a hobby, but it wasn't a hobby to me. It was a preparation process. For you to say you want to do photography, you need to be thinking in the line of what you're doing, of what you want to do. Today's session is going to be more about opening our minds, unlearning things that we knew and relearning new things. So when I started photography, like I said, I didn't start shooting people or shooting events and taking portraits, headshots. I didn't start that way. It's a creative process. You have to prepare your mind for what you're about to get into. Now, as someone that wants to, do photography, you need to have what we call the creative eyes. The creative eyes is what allows you to see beauty in everything. Photography is about life, and everything about life is beautiful. It now depends on how the angle or the perspective that you're looking at it. In life, there are different types of people. They look differently. Someone might look super. Please, can you not shake this table? Someone can look super beautiful to one person. Another person will see that same person. I'm like, no, 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 this person is not beautiful to me. That is how people are. Someone say, this girl is the finest girl in the world. Another person will be like, I beg. So I no fine. You never see fine girls where they talk. Or you never see fine man for places where I don't see people. That is different people and different perspectives. As a photographer, you don't have the luxury. As someone in photography, you don't have the luxury of not seeing beauty in everything. You will see beauty in everything. You will see beauty in chaos. You will see beauty in traffic. You will see beauty in someone looking sad. Yes, the person looking sad, but when you capture that image of someone looking sad, there's a way it evokes emotion and it looks beautiful. You will see beauty in objects. You will see beauty in shapes. You will see beauty in everything. You will be seeing life pass through your eyes in a different way entirely. Earlier, I mentioned my wife in the beginning. I'm the photographer. Yes, my wife is a big part of my photography. So, but there are certain things that I have to explain very well for her to understand because I'm the photographer. There are certain things that when I see it, have you experienced when you see some people that are starting photography and they are as if they are going crazy, as if they are snapping everything they see in life. Anything they see, this is beautiful, let me snap it. You see them using their phone, their camera to take different kind of crazy stuff. And you wonder, what is this person snapping? Rain will be falling. Instead of them to hide under the shelter, they are looking for beauty inside that rain. They are looking for how they will capture how water will drop, and they will capture that effect of the drop. They are looking for how they will capture how water is dropping on the leaf, and they are taking a nice picture of how the rain is dropping and the water is dripping down, and it looks so beautiful. So in the physical class tomorrow, I'm going to be showing you guys some things related to what I just said now. So you need to have a creative eyes, a creative mindset. You need to see beauty in everything. And you as a photographer or someone going to photography, you will be able to improvise. You'll be able to create something out of nothing. So that is the creative mindset. You must be able to see beauty in everything and create something out of nothing. That's photography. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is overcoming common fears and challenges. One thing you should understand about photography in Nigeria is that not everybody knows what photography is. Some people still see photography as a waste of time. Some people see photography as a hobby. Some people see photography as a rubbish work. Some people see photography as something that is just a means to an end. For now, I beg, I go still find better work. Now, the reason I'm saying all this is not to scare you. You know, we have people here that want to start photography from scratch. We have people here that want to use photography to boost their businesses. We have people here that want to use photography as a side hustle. All these are good reasons to do photography. But you need to understand that photography can be everything without any other thing. Why? Because photography is connected to every part of our lives. Photography is connected to every part of our lives. So if you are into food, photography is connected. If you're into fashion, it's connected. If you're working in the office, it's connected. If you're running services, dispatch services, it's connected. If you are a content creator, super connected. Think about it. Everything in life, everything is connected to photography. But many people do not realize this because of how photography has been painted in the past. Photography is seen as photo. Let me use that word. When you tell someone you're a graduate telling someone that, or telling his parents, or telling his relatives that, oh, I'm going to be studying photography. That's what I want to do in my life. I'm like, over the photo, Baba camera. Oh, reject you. Sorry, I'm using Yoruba. Igbo people are here. You never see work do. They say go find work. This one what you do no be work. Tell you what they snap picture for, they snap 200 picture. They snap people's picture, they snap for people. That is the mindset that came from the 90s down to the millennial times. That's the idea that many people had of photography. Other people see photography as a promiscuous business. They see photography as, photographer, they like women. Because women are the people that snap picture most. Like some time ago, when you see photographer, the next thing you see near them is women. So because women are the people that really love photographs, photographers are termed as promiscuous people. So when you tell someone I'm doing photography, they say, hey, from Agbobiri, you want to be carrying women. So, and because photography at a point was directly related to modeling. When you hear photographer, the only thing that comes to your mind is modeling. Modeling, you want to be a model, I want to snap a model. So people believe different things about photography. And they will put fear in your mind. They will put doubt in your mind. They will set obstacles for you. Let me give you a quick story of my own personal experience. When I finished school, I already started doing photography when I was in school. Small. I had a very small camera, this compact camera, or this point and shoot. So I used it to do a lot of things in school. I had interest in it. It was really a burning desire, a burning passion in my mind when I was in school then. And when I finished school, it was looking like, okay, I think I'm going to take this thing serious. I was already getting exposed. I was meeting people. I was connecting to communities, and when I finished school, people thought I was joking. People thought, don't mind him. After when Nigeria hit him, we go, no. And I was under heavy pressure to get a job. I was under heavy pressure to go for interviews. And, as at that time, bank work was like, I want to work in the bank. Bank work is the thing. So I was it got to the point that they even helped me arrange how I would get invitation to come and work with the bank. And family relatives, in-laws, and they arranged, and I got the email, and okay, I said, okay, let me just satisfy people. One, I don't like bank work. I hate bank, like, I hate bank work. I'm not shading any banker here, but me personally, I don't like bank work. Why? When I go to the bank, the people there are not happy. The people that are working there, out of 50 workers, 50 staff in that bank, only 5 are smiling. Only 5 have positive mindset. To me, that is not a good environment for me. 2, I cannot stay in AC for long. If I stay in AC for too long, I'll start having headache. So I don't think Canada is meant for me, but I go still go there. So, but the point is, I didn't have interest, but I just had to go because the pressure was too much. Let me go for this interview. I went for the interview. My brothers, my sisters. If I tell you that I I did not finish that, the first phase of the interview process was like we're going to write an exam, and I'm like, I mean, they won't make me write this exam. I entered the hall for that exam. After 15 minutes, it was as if my head wanted to leave my neck. I was having this heavy, heavy headache. I'm like, so now wetin I want make I come do be this. Na only test I dey write o. I'm not under pressure from customers, and they're looking crazy, you know. So I just did the little I could do, and because my head was pounding, I just left. And I told myself that I will never allow anybody to pressure me again to what I don't want to do. This photography that I want to do, I'm going to do it. What am I trying to say here? You need to have a determined mindset if you want to do photography. This is for people that want to do photography from scratch. People that want to do photography from scratch, that want to take it as a career. If you really want to do it, you need to be determined. That passion that you have for it, let it have goals. Set goals for yourself. You work towards that goal. Don't allow anybody. Yeah, someone said they're gonna whine you, but no panic. That hits very well. They're gonna whine you, but no panic. So, because what you know, even at your beginning stage, these people don't know it. What you must have seen, exposure you must have gotten from doing photography, from exploring photography, these people have not seen it. Over there in Western worlds, Western countries, photography is gold. It's gold. Photography, someone can decide not to snap human being and do well in photography. Some people are wildlife photographers abroad, and they are doing tremendously well. They are doing marvelously well. They are winning awards. They are getting Nobel prizes for taking pictures. So you just need to be determined, and you need to ask yourself too: do I want to take photography as a career? Is it going to be a side hustle? Is it going to be my whole life? Your decision will help you know how you handle it. So if you're taking photography as a side hustle, it is different from how someone that wants to take it as a full career will handle it. So that helps you to know how to trade. So in summary, what I'm trying to say is that for you to do photography, you understand that you will get challenges, you have fears, financial fears, emotional problems, physical problems too. Because as a photographer, starting photography, you want to explore. You want to do street photography. You want to take pictures of people walking on the street, and some people can harass you just because you're taking pictures. That's a different ball game. So, and the challenges that you face will come from family, friends, well-meaning people. The truth is, these people don't hate you; they love you, but because they don't understand, that is why they might be. They might. I'm a living proof that photography can be your life, can be what you do to earn a living. So, but The most important part of it all is after you've gathered the skill. I'm saying this now because it just came to my head again. After you've gathered the skill, taking pictures, you know how to create, edit, everything. How do you make your photography help you shut people up? People that have told you that you can never make it in life because of photography. People that have told you that you cannot feed family. You know if you marry wife with this one. I want to marry wife. I want to take care of children. You know, you will hear some kind of things, but not fear. You know, I'm a living proof of that. So after this session, you that want to start photography, use photography as a career, sit down, make sure everywhere is quiet, and ask yourself, do I really want to do this photography? Do I want to do it as a career? Do I want to take it as my major thing in life? Is it going to be my side hustle? It's not a bad thing, it's a side hustle. It's a good side hustle. You know, ask yourself, and it will help you to know, to help yourself to be determined. Yes. So there are so many photographers in Nigeria that are well established, super established. People I'm looking up to that. Oh, I'm going to be like these people someday. They have popular ones. They're the ones that are not popular. They're making their money underneath, silent money. They're doing well. I'm just going to mention the popular ones that you know. You know T.Y. Bello. T.Y. Bello is a renowned photographer in Nigeria. She's a woman, and she's a Canon ambassador. So she's doing really well. If you've gotten a chance to speak to this woman before, you will understand. I've had chance to be in the same room we had before, and you know, it's just interesting how you see somebody so simple and they are creating magic, they are creating greatness, and they are earning a mad living from it. Yeah, someone mentioned Prince Mason. Yeah, I don't. Prince Mason is not. I don't. Prince Mason is not part of those people that really like the limelight like that. They are underneath, eating their money on the ground. You know, Prince Mason. I know Prince Mason as someone that likes to give knowledge. He dishes out a lot of knowledge. Yes, Studio 24. When we are talking about business, talk to your Studio 24. People that use photography, they let you on. So when you see Studio 24, you understand that photography is a good business. It's something you can use to run serious business and make serious money. We have Kelechi Amadiobi. He was a lawyer. He is a lawyer, but it is not law that is paying his money. It's photography. It's not just even doing photography now. He's an influencer. I don't know if you know this furniture, Vento Furnitures. If you have passed through mainland before in Anthony up the bridge side, when you pass through Anthony Bridge, you see that big billboard. You see Kelechi Amadi will be standing there, Vento Furnitures. That's not a small boy furniture. That's big men furnitures. So, and all these things, he gets them through photography. He has shot for Guinness, Coca-Cola, and very big brands. You know, you have Emmanuel Yeleke, you know, young man killing it in photography. So many of them, amazing Clef, young person, you know, cashing out in photography. Yeah, so when I started photography, I saw some of these people. I'm like, if these people they use photography, chop their life, take care of themselves. What stops me from saying I cannot do photography and use it as my career in life? You know, so we have AWP too. Today is not about me, please. So these people I mentioned are some people I look up to. You know, there are so many photographers around the world that I also look up to. I want to be like them. You know, they create greatness. You know, they are doing the business of photography and they are doing seriously well. And when you see them, you get inspired and want to do these things. Take time out when after this class, check these people out, check them, and you will see that photography is not being photography is great. Like I don't have words to describe it. So if you do it well, one of the things you need to understand is that the the business side of photography is super important. When you understand the business side of photography, it helps you. It makes you, it helps you to get the business right. Apart from the skill aspect of it. So these people I've mentioned, these people, they've tapped into the business of photography and they are doing extremely well with it. The skill is not just enough. You need to learn the business of photography. We're going to get there. So that's that on the mind shift session. I hope you guys enjoyed this part. We're moving to the next part. If you enjoyed this part of the session, just comment in the comment section, and let's move. Yes, let me read some of the comments again. Yes, if you don't have the talent, you go need to learn am well. Even with talent, you go still need to own your skills. Yes, very good. Talent is not enough when it comes to photography. Talent is not enough. You must understand basic principles of photography. Yes, talent is not enough. You need to own that talent. You need to bring the skills together and use it to create something great. Thank you so much. So let's move. I don't want us to waste so much time because too much information safe. If he make person head one blue. So tools for starting photography in Nigeria. I told you today's class is not about handling camera and all those things because those were the mistakes I made when I started photography. I was focused on trying to learn how to snap, how to do different creative lighting, how to do orishirishi, how to implement it. I focused on that. And I did not focus on the most important aspect of sustaining myself in the business, which is making money. So it was later in the journey that I realized, oh, more, I need to learn the business side of this thing, or else I will just one day I will pack my camera and say I don't do again. You know, though I had a very burning drive, like if you can, nobody can come and tell me that, oh, guy, this is your work you are doing, I will shut you up easily. Like you cannot even tell me rubbish. Family or friends or parents, they cannot tell me that I'm not going to do this thing. Nobody had that mind because I was going to shut everybody up. I was not ready to take any negative comment. I was blocking everything. I was focused on I want to do this thing and I'm going to do it. And that's what led me to this point today. So we're going to be talking about the tools needed to start photography in Nigeria. And remember I said this class is focused on budget friendly approach to start photography in Nigeria. I'm not one of those photographers that will tell you that you have to have a lot of money. If you're not buying the biggest camera, you cannot learn photography. No, I'm not one of those people. My own approach is you can start photography with nothing, with zero. If you see some of the videos I posted in the process of advertising this class, you will see some of the people I've trained, some of my students that I've trained over the years. Many of them did not have one camera, they did not have one battery when they started photography. Nothing. Hopefully tomorrow, some of them will be able to talk to us tomorrow, and they'll give us their experience on how they started photography. I hope they will be able to. Many of them are big men now; they're chopping their money, so they might not have my time, but definitely we'll try and get some of them to talk to us. So you need to understand that photography is not about having the biggest equipment. It's not about having the most expensive gears. If I tell you what I'm using to light myself up now, and I will laugh. If I show you what I'm using right now, in fact, there was one video I did one time. See this bulb here. This is a rechargeable lamp. I bought this lamp 6,000 naira. But I have used this lamp to shoot videos. I have used it to shoot videos. It's very bright of this place. You can see that my video is different. So these are some of the things that I appreciate about my photography journey, because I was able to tap into different ideas, different resources, different things, improvise a lot of things for me to be able to understand what I was doing. I didn't have money to buy flash at a point, so I had to I had to learn. YouTube and me, we be friends. We know they relate well. We dey date that time safe. Me and YouTube, me and YouTube were brothers and sisters. In fact, we're married. So Oyibo people, they always, Oyibo people, why the Western people, the people in the Western world, is that they don't believe in having the biggest camera. They will show you how to use the least camera to achieve the best result. So I was watching many of these videos. I was also applying my own sense. I was not a science student, but I had to understand how these things work, so that I'll be able to create my own stuff. My first photo shoot that I did was with my friend Matthew and one beautiful lady in my department then, Angela. So I like mentioning their name because these people are from my journey. So when I'm talking about them, I like mentioning their names. So Matthew was my roommate, and I wanted to do a shoot. I've not done a shoot before, but I needed to do a shoot so that at least I didn't flex my muscles. I rented a camera, and I needed a reflector. I had learned from different education that I've gotten that, okay, for you to take a good picture outside, you need a reflector, you need a camera, you need that. Why some people tell you that you need light, you need this, you need one artificial, big, expensive light. But me, I don't have money to buy all those things. Broke man. I had to make my own reflector. I built it. I made my own reflector, and maybe tomorrow I'll give you guys a trick on how to make reflector. You know, I made my own, and that was it. And I just took the camera and I shot. I wish I could bring out those pictures now, but they are deep. This is like 8 years ago. So, the camera. We are talking about tools for starting photography in Nigeria. The camera, the lens. Number one, your camera and your lens. Now, because of the time that we are living now in Nigeria, when we're talking about camera and lens, we are no longer talking about, please, pass me one camera, please. We're not talking about camera and lens now, in our present time, Gen Z time. We're not talking about this anymore. This is not what we're talking about. Yes, it's part of it, but it's not what we're talking about. We are talking about anything that has a camera and that has a lens. This one now is just camera, no lens. If I add a lens now, it's complete. So anything that has camera and lens, that is your first tool to start photography. So what do I mean? Phones, your smartphones, Android phones, Apple phones, and the likes. Camera at this point and shoot. Definitely, you need your eyes now. You will not see without your eyes. That's a sight. Let's don't go there. So, the tool you need is the camera and the lens, first of all. So once you have your camera and you have your lens, you can start something. Please, you can start something. I don't know if I can bring out some pictures I've taken with my phone. When I started photography, me and my phone, we were 5 and 6. I snap anything snappable. I snap anything. When I'm walking on the road, my phone can never be in my pocket. I snap different type of things. I snap bridge, I snap traffic, I snap light, I snap sun. There was a time I was doing a series, dawn to dusk. Dawn to dusk. That's from sunset to sunrise. So I snap the sunset and I snap the sunrise. That's what I was doing then. So I was using my phone, I was using my camera. Anytime, anything I can see, I snap. Tomorrow I'll bring out some things I've done in the past. I'm never going to bring out recent things I used to start, so that you understand what I'm saying. So, and these images, if I don't tell you, I used to know, even in 2024, these were pictures I took in 2016, 2015. You will not know that if I don't tell you that I use my phone to snap it, you will not even understand. You will say, this is good, this is great. So that is how it is. Your camera and your lens, once you have that, you are good to go. You can add your eyes to it. If you don't have eyes, you cannot see roads. So, so now that we have camera and lens, it might be your phone, your iPhone, your Samsung phone, your Tecno phone, your itel phone, your Xiaomi phone. Okay, you guys can hear me again? Can you guys hear me now? Hello? Hello, can you guys hear me? Am I loud? Am I audible? Okay, good. All right. So, all right, so let's go. So, where were we? So, yes, now that you have your camera and your lens, you can start. You can do anything. That is the beginning. You don't need any ring lights, big lights, LED lights. You don't need any of that. Camera and lens is number one. Now, the next thing you need in photography is your light. Light. Now, when I'm talking about light, I'm not referring to expensive light. Any light you can find around you. Any light you can find around you. So, natural light is going to be your best friend. Natural light will be your best friend. If you understand natural light, you have solved half of your problem, because there is no light in this world. There is no light in this world that can be compared to natural light. Light that comes from the sun. You cannot compare it with any light. No one know where you want to carry this argument to go. You will not fit. Because the sun is, I don't know, it's not millions, I mean, 1,000 kilometers away. 1,000 kilometers away from us. And when sun they heat, some people will say, e be like say they don't open the person wey open air fire never close am o. Who open the door down make e close am, like just for laughs. So it's so hot, but with that heat comes the power of light. So understanding natural light, will help you to now apply some other things that will make your natural light to be productive. Natural light is good though, but if you not sabi use am, if you don't understand how you can manipulate it, is something I call it chasing light. You must learn how to chase light. During the COVID time, I had a class like this and we talked about lighting. The class was just about lighting. Light. I called it light is B. Light is before anything else. So it was a 2 days class, fully practical. How you can use light in different ways. Natural light to touch light to lamp light to LED light to ring light to any light. So natural light, learning how to manipulate natural light. Tomorrow we are going to experiment some of these things. So it's going to help you. It's going to help you, really understand that it's not until you now have the most expensive camera before you start photography. In fact, starting photography with the smallest of equipment will help you to develop your brain. It will help you not to be relying on gadgets when you are working. You can be on a shoot and your light will spoil, your light will blow, your light will spoil, or it falls down and it breaks. What will you do? If you are the photographer that learned photography by depending on heavy lighting, super expensive Godox newer lights, when that light, you are on location and the light just go boom, or something just happen, understood that it is not about the gadget, it's about understanding what you have available with you and merging them to be able to create something great. That's photography. So you have your camera, you have your lens, you have natural light. Now let's say, okay, you don't do some small hustle, you have small money, you want to buy something. Please, you can take notes. Take notes, because this class is, I did not, there's no slide for this class. There's no slide for it, because if I say I should use a slide, I will limit myself. So, and I don't want to limit myself. So that's why I'm not using that. There's no slide prepared for this session. So as it's coming, just keep taking notes, especially this part. Now, after you've understand natural light, you've had small money, you want to now buy something else together with your the one you have, your phone. Let's say it's your phone you are using. You have a good iPhone, or you have one mad Samsung phone, or you have one mad Xiaomi phone, and you are a business owner. You are into products. You make bags, you make clothes, you make dresses, you make food, cake, confectionery, snacks, and you want to be taking good pictures. You have phone, you have lens. Your iPhone camera, your Samsung camera has 4 lenses. How do you maximize it? Now, apart from natural light, you want to buy extra thing. What should you buy next? What do you think you should buy next? Someone should please tell me in the comment section. What do you think you should buy next when you want, now, apart from your phone and your camera, or if you have a camera, what should be the next thing that you should buy? Oh, someone said Google Space, okay? What other equipment should you buy? Tripod, okay, good. Lens, good. Light, good. Light source, reflector, great. Okay. Artificial lighting, nice. Now, the next thing you will buy, apart from having your camera and your lens, depends on what you are trying to achieve. Remember in the mind shift session, I told you that you need to understand what you want to do in photography. Is it a full career? Is it a side hustle? Is it for your business? Is it to boost your business, enhance your business? You need to decide. So, what you are going to buy next, what you are going to have next, depends on your needs. Let me use a fashion designer for example. A fashion designer wants to snap good pictures of our clients when they come for fitting, or on the mannequin, she wants to snap nice pictures. The fashion designer already have a space. Let's, for example, you have a space to snap in your shop or in your office. You have your phone that has good camera. You have your lens. Now, for a fashion designer, this is what I would recommend as a fashion for a fashion designer. What you need now is more light. You need more light for a fashion designer. That's why I cannot say this is what you need. Everybody must need that. For a fashion designer, you need more light. Why? Because the more the light, the higher the quality of your pictures. And because a fashion designer might not have the luxury of using natural light all the time. Maybe the place that the fashion designer is in a closed area or in a closed compound where you don't ever have the chance to use natural light so much. Maybe your store or your shop or your studio is in a place where the natural light is not coming in enough. Maybe you have buildings around you. You're not getting enough of that natural light. So for a fashion designer, you need to now have extra light. So you cannot combine natural light and your artificial light. Now, talking about budget friendly, you don't necessarily have to go and buy that 100,000 naira LED light. You don't necessarily have to go and buy that 80,000 naira big massive ring light. See those ring lights that they are selling for 25,000. That one they are selling for 30,000, for 20,000. You can start there. If that is where your money carry you reach. Light is not always too much. Light no dey too much. When it comes to photography, light is never too much. You can have 10 lights. If you know how to use it, it will help your image to look sweet and crispy and perfect. If you have one light too, if you know how to use it well. So that's for a fashion designer. Now let's use someone said a street photographer. If you're a street photographer and you're starting photography, what do you need? Apart from your camera, you already have your camera and your lens. What do you now need? A street photographer might, let's say you are a mobile street photographer. I don't like using the word mobile actually. Let's say you are a street photographer that you don't have a camera yet. You're using your phone for your street photography. Do you know that there are lenses that you can buy for your phone and can attach to your phone? And you will still create something great. Now, all this I'm mentioning, it is not something you are going to maintain forever. You have to be growing. You'll be growing and be graduating from small. This class is not for, yes, well, someone that has all the money to buy everything, you will benefit from this class. But you will benefit, people that will benefit more from this are those people that, even if they have the money, they cannot just carry all that money and go and buy equipment. You have to live life too now. And equipments are not cheap anymore. They are expensive. So, but you want to start. So you don't have to wait until when you now have all the equipment. And you say, okay, now I want to start. I don't get telephoto lens, mad one, big one, that one they use in sports. You know, I have the big soft box, I have all these things, you know. So where was I? Street photographer. So you can buy an additional lens for your phone camera. And if you're using a digital camera, a DSLR, that's a this type. What a street photographer needs is not extra light too. Now extra lens. Extra lens. Why? Because as a street photographer, you want to shoot some. You are standing here and you want to shoot something 100 meters away from you. That's street photography. You don't have to be in their faces. You don't need to even be in their faces. So you want to take, you are standing here, I want to take something 200 meters away. You need a lens that can do that job. Lens is what you need next. So, like I said, it depends on what you want to achieve. If you are a full-blown photographer, you are using photographer is your life, it's your career. You're already doing small jobs, you know, and you already have maybe one small DSLR camera, not too expensive one. You're able to manage to acquire one. You know, the next thing you need to buy is still light. Why? Because when you buy a camera, there are some cameras that when you buy, they don't come with lens. You have to buy lens separate. But there are some that you buy, it must come with lens. They will sell it to you with lens, except you say I don't want to buy lens. They'll sell it to you without lens. But for example, this type of camera now, when you buy it, it comes with a lens. It comes with a basic lens of 18 to 55 mm. 18 to 55 mm is a standard lens that comes in most, DSLRs like this. So that lens can carry you for some time. You can use it to do jobs. You can use it to make money. But what you need is light, because you will not only shoot outdoor, except everything you are doing, and even outdoor you still need light, apart from the natural light, because you are graduating. You have graduated from using natural light only. Now you are adding artificial light to it. So that kind of person needs an extra light, like a speed light, like a flash that you can use to light your subject. You know, so it varies depending on your needs, on your goals, on what you want to achieve with photography. So, like I said, this is a budget-friendly approach. If you have 1 million naira, 2 million naira, you can go all out. Someone just said, higher quality light sources produce perfect job. Yes, we don't dispute the fact. Now, when you have higher quality lights, you will produce perfect job. But we are in a beginner stage. So a beginner does not have access to expensive light. A light that costs you 250,000, 300, 400,000 naira to acquire, and you don't even know what you're going to eat the next day yet. So is that the person that wants to go and buy a Godox or a Godox AD600 lights that is costing about 400,000 naira now for new one? No. So you have to make do with what you have at the moment. Now, let me explain something here. There is an equipment for different types of jobs. There is an equipment for different types of job. The equipment a street photographer needs is not the same. It's not equally the same equipment a fashion photographer needs. It's not the same equipment a baker needs or a makeup artist. It is not the same. A makeup artist might be okay with one DSLR camera, 150 mm lens, and 2 lights, and that's all they need. They don't need to go further, and they'll be continue creating their good pictures for their businesses. You know, but a portrait photographer, you can't stop there. A portrait photographer cannot stop at having the camera, having one lens that comes with the camera, and like that. No, you can't stop there. You need to keep improving, keep upgrading. But at that beginning stage, that first one you have, you can utilize it. You can optimize the use of it. You will use it such that people will wonder, now you create this thing, which camera you dey use? I had one camera, my first camera, Canon 1100D, is like one of the smallest camera you can buy at that time. Small. It's small, well. In fact, I gather that money, gather. Some of the people that did not believe that, oh, this thing can be a career, I still tax them, collect money for their hand, add and join, go buy my own camera. That was like one of the smallest camera you can have then. In fact, some big photographers, when they say, which camera do you have? I say, I use Canon 1100. Which camera be that? Which one be that? Yeah. As at then, they will be expecting that, oh, you say 5D Mark II. Those were the top performing cameras then. Top performing as in, when you hear the name, say, yes, correct. This guy, correct. Get 5D, get 6D. Expensive cameras. You have 70D. No, but me, 1100D. That 1100, because say na 1100, not mean say e high. E because e low. Because big thing, no dey get plenty number. Now one small number they get for photography. So 1100D camera, 12 megapixel. In fact, some phones get quality, get megapixel past my camera at that time. Though megapixel does not determine the quality of the image, that's another thing. So, but my point is, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Let's have comments in the session, please. I don't know if I'm talking to myself since. Can you guys hear me? Am I clear and loud enough? Okay, let's go. So, where was I? So, I was talking about the gears, yes. So, it is not the same equipment that baker, makeup artist, they don't need all the same. Content creator, it is not the same thing that you all need. So, somebody is saying that, I just bought one light now. And this light, more, you see the work. So, you are reminded, when they said, if you get this kind of light, and you already have one LED light, that's rectangle one. You have one of it. You have one ring light again that is giving you sweet lighting. And you are burdening your brain with how you are going to buy one Godox light like that with one big name, and you are killing yourself. You are carrying the money you're supposed to use to improve your business. You need to buy lights when you don't even need it. So, but me, I created crazy images, mad images with Canon 1100D. And when I tell people, they're like, now this camera and I snap this thing, it's not the camera. It's not the camera that snap it. It is the person. And the person snapper. Let me see if I can bring out one of these pictures so that it's not that I'm just talking. Let me see if I can